Dear students, welcome you all to session 20 video of the chapter Secondary Distribution of Overheads, Cost and Management Accounting 2nd, 4th semester BCom of Mangalore University. In this session, let us understand one of the methods of secondary distribution, that is repeated distribution method. There are different methods of secondary distribution. They are the direct distribution method, step ladder method, repeated distribution method, and the simultaneous equation method. So under repeated distribution method, the expenses of the one service department are distributed to all the other department, that is the production departments and the service department. Then the expenses of the other service department are similarly distributed, that is to production departments and service department. So this process of distribution is repeated till the figures of the service departments are exhausted or it become too small to matter. So here what is being done is the service department overheads are distributed to production as well as the other service departments, and the process of distribution is continued till the service department overheads become zero. So the primary distribution summary shows the overheads of the department as follows. There are three production departments, Department X, Department Y and Department Z, and two service departments, Service Department O and Service Department P. The overheads of the departments are given as per primary distribution. Now, the information is given that the overhead cost of the service department are to be apportioned in the following way. Department A overheads should be distributed as to X department 40, Y department 30, Z department 20 and to P department 10. And department P overheads has to be distributed X department 30, Y department 30, Z department 20 and to O department 20. So the ratio is given. So in case of department O, the ratio is 4:3:2:1. In case of department P, the ratio is 3:3:2:2. This is the ratio. Now, secondary distribution summary has to be prepared as per repeated distribution method. So, first we take O department. O department overheads will be distributed to X, Y, Z and P. Then we take up P department. Then P department overheads and will be distributed to X, Y, Z and O department. Again, this process will be continued till the overheads of O department and P department becomes zero or it becomes too small to matter. So this is the secondary distribution summary. The columns are particulars, basis, total, X, Y, Z, O and P. Overhead cost as per primary distribution. So we have X department 13,600, Y department 14,700, Z department 12,800, O department 9,000, P department 3,000. Now, what we have to do here is to take the overheads of O department, that is rupees 9,000, and distribute it to the production departments X, Y, Z and the service department P in the ratio of 4:3:2:1. So, the next we write department O. The basis is 4:3:2:1. The total is 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1, 10. So, the amount is 9,000. So, the X department 9,000 into 4 by 10, that is 3,600. For Y department 9,000 into 3 divided by 10, that is 2,700. For Z department 9,000 into 2 divided by 10, that is 1,800. And to P department 9,000 into 1 divided by 10, that is 900. Now, department P overhead should be distributed to the other departments X, Y, Z and O. Now we have 3,000 rupees overheads of P department, plus now we have received a share of 900 of O department. So the total overheads now available with P department is 3,900. So 3,900 should be distributed to X, Y, Z and O department, the ratio of 3:3:2:2. So the total is 3 plus 3 plus 2 plus 2, that is 10. So 3,900 into 3 divided by 10, 1,170 to X department. Again 1,170 to Y department. 3,900 into 2 divided by 10, 780 to Z department and O department. Now we can see for P department there are no overheads, whereas for O department we have 780 rupees as the overheads. Now the next task is to take this 780 and distribute this 780 to X, Y, Z and to the P department. So department O, the amount is 780. The ratio is 4:3:2:1. So 780 will be distributed among the departments X, 312, department Y 234, department Z 156 and department P 78 rupees. And again now we can see department O do not have any overheads, whereas department P has 78 rupees as overhead. Now this 78 rupees should be distributed the ratio of 3:3:2:2 to the various departments. So we distribute it to the department X 23, for department Y 23, department Z 16 and department O it is 16. Now again the 16 rupees should be distributed to the departments in the ratio of 4:3:2:1. So while distributing we have to be careful that we will have to round off in such a way that the overheads are not left for O department or to the P department. So in this case, now when we find out the value for X department, it is 16 into 4 divided by 10. It is actually 6.4. Now we round it off here. Why? Because we do not want to give any overheads for P department. So it will be 7. Now again 16 into 3 divided by 10. It is actually 4.8. This can be rounded off. Again no problem. 2 rupees 5. And the last one is 16 into 2 divided by 10. It is actually 3.2. We write it as 4. We round it off to 4 so that overheads are not left for P department. Otherwise, you can round it off in such a way that for the P department it will be 1 rupee will be left, and then further distribution is not required. So the last distribution will have to be a bit careful so that you round it off to the production departments in such a way that the department, the remaining service department do not get any share of it. So in this way the service department overheads are fully distributed to the production departments. You can see here in case of O it is nil, and in case of P also it is nil. Now what has to be done is we have to find the total of the overheads of X department. The total is 18,712. For Y department 18,832 and Z department 15,556. So repeated distribution method is being used to prepare secondary distribution summary, wherein the overheads of O department and P department are distributed to department X, Y and Z. Students, if you have any doubts regarding this, you can ask me. Thank you.